use this very much. But I do have this. It's plastic that I bought. It was a set. So, you know, those kinds of things are out there. They're, you know, look for train type, you know, products. And now that we have these wonderful 3D printers, I think, you know, we'll see more of these out there. But the main one I wanted to share is I did this a long time ago, and it's in a very poor condition because it didn't have a cover. But the background of this particular project was a piece of wallpaper. And on that wallpaper was this fence. All I was doing was taking the picture that the you know, the wallpaper had on it and just enhancing it. As in, I covered over brick, I covered over the fence, and it's simply toothpicks. And I didn't paint it on there. I painted the toothpicks. They're the flat kind. They're flat on one end and kind of pointed on the other, narrow. But I had to go check my actual, you know, this actual piece, but because you can't tell really in the picture that the crossbar is actually just on the wallpaper.
Oh my God.
Really?
Yeah, really.
Oh.
I had to go check myself because I was like, did I chop up little pieces in between? Did I offset it some way? But this particular thing, so if you were going to do something like this, and this is done in 1 inch, you can do something as simple as paint a crossbar and then, you know, add your dimensional thing like these toothpicks. And I do have a slightly different view. This one, again, you just, I mean, even when I know these pictures are terrible because they're from older, I mean, I don't even have these dogwoods anymore. They got destroyed. and so if anything if you get nothing else out of this, cover your projects or make sure they're in cabinets, because that's what happens. Dust will destroy your projects. But this is just so simple. The base of it is hidden by, you know, the floral, but you easily could have, you know, could have had another row, I mean, a horizontal line in behind, and that would be easy to duplicate in any scale. So there's my share.
Cool.
I was going to say, I hadn't thought about even showing this, but I did something even simpler than Preble did, using wallpaper. So at whatever point, if you want, I can show it, but I didn't even think about enhancing it. I love what you did with that with the fence. But what I had was actually a real life floral border, like you put above a wall, and it was on clearance. And I took one look at it and thought, I could do something with that. I think it was just a couple dollars for a long roll of it. And so, yeah, look at wallpaper. It can be intriguing. I can hold this up if you want. I don't have a picture or anything like that.
Just hold it up. Can you hold it up? Oh, okay. Oh, cool. Yeah.
Ooh, that's pretty.
Okay, so it's just the wallpaper in back, and then I used the grass mat and put some dandelions in it.
Nice.
And then just it's a little summer scene with their shoes left behind to make you think there are people in the scene, but I didn't have dolls or want to use them. And I mean, super simple, but this is just a border, you know, part of a border. And I wrapped it
that's
around
a really great idea to just three-dimensionalize the photo.
Yeah,
For a picture is great. Yeah, and bring into it. Sometimes I'll glue flowers on a picture or something to three-dimensionalize it, you know, to make it stick out. Yeah.
You know, as
Oh,
I
I
said, I
have a
didn't
fan-
even think about that, but that's a great idea. But even if you don't, you know, it still works.
But it still looks like it's built in there. It's amazing. Well,
Yeah, yeah.
if we saw it in person, maybe not, but in a picture it
Well,
does.
I mean, you can tell it's a painted background, certainly, but it still makes for a fun scene and super easy, which is always good.
Well, I have a fence.
Ooh.
And it was because of that, the Zoom meetings, that I actually did this because it reminded me, somebody brought it up, I don't know when, and I made a little barn and I bought a fence. I actually made a tiny video and I was trying to put it on this iPad I'm on, but I have it. It's too large. It's not, I can show it to you on here. Turn it on. It is I wanted a barbed wire fence. And so I'm going to turn the video on and show you what I did. There's the goat that I'm running from.
Typical.
That's a goat. And here is my fence. It is a barbed wire fence. And it
Oh,
covers
Oh,
three.
yeah.
It doesn't cover the end, which goes way off into the pasture, but it covers three sides. And I bought that on eBay from a dealer on there that was selling, you know, that kind of thing.
You bought
And
the
this-
fence from somebody?
Yes, I bought the fence on eBay.
Very
Did
Does
you
it actually
make
have
your
barbs
ale-
on it?
Yes, it does.
oh,
It's
I
pretty hard to
love
see because
that.
it's very small.
Yeah,
I
you
have
can't see.
Cows and a pig in the fence right now. And my sister she was the one at our home in our pasture as children growing up. It was always running on the cows. So that's why she's in the field patting the cow. And there's my brother and friends in the barn with the hay. And
Oh, my gosh.
And with the tractor, yeah.
That is just darling, Jackie. I love it.
That's great.
anyway,
I liked that you put it on that revolving thing. That's a good way to show a miniature all the way around. I got one of those little turntables. But that's a good way to show it on Zoom.
Right. You know, I was just thinking as you showed that, you could use netting like you sew with and paint it and make it a chicken wire fence too.
You
that
like,
was far more
tulle
detailed. than I
kind of
wanted to go
stuff.
to. I wanted barbed wire. I wanted the wire that I knew. I
Oh,
wanted.
the idea of barbed wire.
Yeah, that's cool.
I never.
It won't
occurred to
keep,
know
it
was
won't
there.
keep pigs in, but it'll keep the cow maybe.
Oh, well, they were in love with the cows. They weren't going to move. I'm just kidding.
The cows down the block from me, they get half their bodies out of that barbed wire fence.
Ooh,
Got the tractor from Hobby Lobby, and I don't know where I got the sunflowers. I don't know. And I did get the hay at Hobby Lobby too. That was part of a swap.
Really?
Yeah,
oh,
they have some wonderful things for making scenes there. If you have an idea of what you want to do, and I did, but they didn't have a barbed wire fence. So that's why I went to eBay to look, and I bought several different kinds, and I don't even know where they are. I can tell you the barbed wire was what I wanted for this one. And so that's what made it. Anyway,
Okay,
That's fine.
thank you, May, for putting something in the chat box. You want to show yours? May Caroli?
Yeah, once I unmute myself. This is a fence and gate that I took. I think it was at my first name convention in
Ooh.
2001. And she sent
oh,
us the
beautiful.
fence parts
beautiful.
ahead of time so that we could paint them. And we
Oh,
spent the entire class, as best I remember, just assembling the fence and getting the latches and the hinges and stuff on the gate.
Oh,
And
wow.
the gate opens,
Swings nice.
and not sure if I can do it from the back side. I can't do it this way. The latch actually goes up and down So you could
Oh.
actually latch this fence. And then
Very cool. I love the flowers in there too.
the back of it is just very plain, because obviously the front part is what you really want to see.
Right.
So
Hey.
that's my
Now
show
you
and
need to
tell.
put a scene behind that gate.
Yeah, I'll get to that after my other 8,000 projects I have.
Yeah. Just like all of us.
Right. That's
I-
really pretty. I love the hinges on it.
I
Yeah.
just realized I have another one. I just thought about this.
Thank you, May.
Welcome.
Yeah, that was a great fence.
Okay, Jackie has something else, right?
Yes, and
Something else.
there's some in the chat box that have something.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Mark.
No, go ahead, Jackie.
This is Joy Cox doll in one of the, what was the shed, the building from Petite Properties last year in their advent calendar. Is his grandma's hideaway.
Okay.
And I had Joy Cox doll and I had that little gate and fence come from Petite Properties too. So I stuck it across the front, but what I did for the rest of the fence around the place was flowers and bushes. But in the back, there is another piece of fence across the back like there is in the front, but it's a little different. But I don't have a picture of it.
That's
Oh,
nice.
that's just on your iPad or whatever.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't have it. Okay, and I love Joy Cox doll. What are you asking, Dan? No,
Okay, Shirley.
I have no clue how to make barbed wire.
Well, sounds like it would be painful to make somehow.
Okay,
First one I
Shirley.
have was the inspiration for the kids class, and it's a barbecue scene.
Oh, I
And
like that.
this is a punch that I got years ago. It was a Martha Stewart Halloween punch, and those are actually little bats.
Oh,
I
Oh, for
didn't cut
heaven's
them out.
sakes.
I punched out cardstock and I glued 2 layers together to make it a little sturdier.
Wow.
So, look at some of your punches. That's another option because you don't want it very thick anyway.
Can
right.
you turn it and let's see the rest of the scene?
Well, that's pretty much what we taught to the kids.
Right.
Not all of it, but pretty much.
That's pretty good. Yeah.
Yep.
Great.
I like, that's really nice.
Yep.
Is the wall just foam core?
No, this is a wood base.
Oh, okay.
I used foam. I used gator board for the kids project for the wall and the base.
I like the smoke coming out of the barbecue. That was a
Isn't
nice
that
touch.
cute? She did.
Yeah,
She did such a good job on that barbecue.
and if you look close, I don't know if I can get it. The dog has a hot dog in his mouth.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes, he
Oh,
does.
cute.
There you go.
That's
All right,
really.
a
That's
little bit.
A
funny.
little sneak.
And that looks like a Jack Russell, so that's true for that breed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Can you show the barbecue part again? What's the smoke it made out of?
Just a piece of the fiber fill.
Oh, okay.
Pull it real thin and just cut it out as long as you want it, but cut the bottom. The top you want torn. and
Yeah.
just pulled. That way it gets that wispy look. If you cut it, it's straight, but see, you just pull on it. and,
Yeah.
you get that wispy effect.
Okay.
Very clever.
And the other thing that I have, it's an old project. I wanted a secret garden. So I made my own fence. It's a piece of foam, just styrofoam, and I covered it with glue and put on that green landscaping stuff. And then just on a piece of cardstock, I glued these pieces of wood to make the gate
Oh, cool.
and made a little latch. But, it's just the illusion of gate in a wall.
Oh, now I see the wall. You got it tipped up too high. It's hard to see the wall. Yeah, it's behind the doll, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, when I pull it back, I put a page from the story in there.
That's neat. That's neat, Shirley. I like that.
I like doing flowers.
We know.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah, and then on the back side, I
sorry.
actually photocopied the front page from the book.
Oh, cool.
Very
There's
nice.
another little mini garden underneath it too.
Yeah,
Very,
that's
very
cool.
pretty.
But it's just the illusion of a garden fence.
I love the green duck.
You know, that's just one of those animals that you get, like at the dollar store or something in a bag of animals. Next time I would paint it green. This one I didn't. And his beak has a little yellow spot on it. But paint it green and then cover it with glue and then use the very fine grass. And you have a topiary animal.
Ah,
Yeah.
well, I have to tell you what I realized on my barn. Jackie Browder made me see Rock City. And I need to make a new video of my farm because I have the barn that on the roof, it says Sea Rock City. And that's on all of the barns all over southeast Georgia.
Mhm.
And
Where
Could
is
be.
Rock City?
that's Chattanooga.
Oh,
And Chattanooga and Florida. I mean, all over the South.
I was going to say, Preble, it's not just in Georgia. I'm sure it's probably all over Alabama and all over Florida.
Oh,
and
yeah.
all
Alabama.
Carolina.
Yeah.
Tennessee.
Okay, Wanda.
Sorry, I'm probably not a little bit prepared here. Just kind of push this together real fast. I've done 2 fences and I'm doing a third one, but the third one I can't show you because it's at Lisa's. But the first one I done was on Picket Hill, which was the fence that came with the kit. So that really wasn't from scratch, but you guys have seen my garden shed before, but there's a fence, a fallen down fence in my garden shed. And when I used to blog years ago, and let me pull this up here. Oops, sorry. Told you I wasn't prepared.
That's okay. We have patience.
This is the side of my garden shed, and this is the fence I did. And
Oh, wow, I love
Cool.
that.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
and it's done with 3 vertical posts and then alternating slats that are falling down. Obviously, one holds up the one above it each time. And I made the wood look old looking. I used a product at the time called Bug Juice, which I can't get anymore. But now I use a product, I don't know if you can see this, it's from Micromark called Age It Easy.
Mhm.
And it does do the same thing, but it takes layers and layers. Like you have to do a bit at a time because the
Yeah.
first coat you put on it, it doesn't look that old. And I used a wire brush. I think there's a close up there. There's the close up where you can see where I used the wire brush on all the edges
Yeah.
of the fence. And, I chipped out pieces, but it was a lot of wire brushing, a lot of sanding, and a lot of bug juice to get it
Bug
like that.
juice, it's just India ink, and water, I think. the bug
No,
juice.
it's
No,
not.
alcohol. Indian
Oh,
ink
alcohol.
No, it
Okay,
is.
because I still have some. I found it.
Yeah, I do too.
No, that's not.
But this
bug-
Micromark stuff is really good, I must
Yeah.
say. It does the exact same thing. The only thing
Well,
is I'm not
maybe
allowed
it's-
to bring it to Canada. Don't ask me
Bug
how I
juice-
got it.
Yeah, Bug Juice does not have India ink in it, Bev. That's a different one. Bug Juice is made from rusty nails and rusty things. And vinegar,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
So once
Because
Another
there was a
weathering-
kit of 3 different bottles.
Another weathering thing is to get a pint jar or whatever with vinegar and a little piece of regular steel wool, not
Yes.
a
Yeah.
SOS pad, but real steel wool, and let
Yeah.
it sit there for a while.
I was just gonna ask about that.
Yes.
Or
Have you
net-
ever done that, Marcia? Have
You
I'm
put
sorry?
that in water?
no,
No.
vinegar,
Put it in
white vinegar.
white
Oh,
vinegar,
okay.
okay.
Like vinegar?
Yeah.
But however, what works even better is to get nails that are not galvanized. But
Yes.
they're hard to find, very hard to find. And mine has been sitting for probably 7 years and it's still not as good as bug juice. I don't know what else it is they put in it, but the India ink comes in some other aging things, but not bug juice.
So that was the fence
Beautiful,
after
Wanda.
landscaped.
Oh,
you-
that is
That's cool.
beautiful.
Yeah,
That's
yes.
beautiful.
Yeah, and you can see how I just
Oh, your
put the line
flowers.
through.
They're
Amazing.
incredible. Just
Did you stain the wood first?
No, I beat it up first. I did all, with the wire brush and the knife on it till I got it look worn, all the individual pieces. And then I stained it and then I assembled it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You stained it after you bug juiced it?
No, but the bug juice is what I call staining.
Oh, okay, yeah, because I would not use stain on it because I have tried to use bug juice on something that had already been stained and
No,
the stain seals it and the bug juice can't get in to do
Yeah.
enough age.
No,
Is that a
I
Pat
was calling
Thomas
the bug
thing,
juice. a stain.
Barb?
What?
Was bug juice, wasn't that a Pat Noel Thomas?
Yes, it's Pat.
Yeah.
Noel Thomas.
That's what I'm remembering. And boy, that's
Yeah.
a long time ago. I remember they used to,
I thought someone
huge
had
stuff with
taken
that.
that bug juice business over, but I couldn't tell you who.
It's both gone, right?
No,
Oh, okay. We just haven't heard from them in a long
they
time.
don't do miniatures. They're gone from miniatures. They're not gone from the world.
oh, that's
Okay.
so pretty, Wanda. It's just
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
That's the
Beautiful.
other fence. So that's the fence from Picket Hill. But that's all 3D printed. And there's another picture there of the back corner.
you did a
So,
Mm.
Beautiful.
yeah. So the
Now, who
third
made
fence,
that?
Oh, for heaven's sakes, it's Robin.
Suzanne and Andrew and Betty.
Ben and Andrew and Robin Betterly together. Yeah.
That's
Okay.
Lydia Pickett. Lydia Pickett.
Yeah. The other fence I'm working on is just a back fence on my brownstone. But that's at Lisa's place. So I cut the fence using the Cricut and
Ah.
just layered the cardboard that was cut with layers of glue until I gave it dimension. But like I said, I can't show it because it's at Lisa's. I don't think she's on here.
She was.
Yeah, I think she
She
was.
is? Okay.
Was that the black one you showed us a long time ago?
Yeah, I showed it a while back.
That was
fence.
really cool.
I can go down and show it if you want.
Yeah, there she is.
Sure.
Yeah,
That's
go
okay,
get it,
Lisa.
Lisa.
Just give me 1 second.
Okay. Gail has a question for Jackie. Can you figure out how to make the barbed wire?
I answered that already. I'm not even gonna try.
You
it
could
could
use
be
a
done,
little
but,
bit of solder on a piece of wire.
You'd
If
have to get,
Turn it over to
depending on
Gary.
your scale, you would use. You wouldn't even have
Yeah.
to solder it though, because the
you
barbs
wouldn't.
aren't soldered on regular barbed wire. They're
But
just
there's
twisted on.
things I
Go look
don't
at your
wanna
barbed wire
do.
fence.
Yeah, they are
Sorry.
twisted.
Question, my answer is no, I don't want to learn how. I'd rather buy it on eBay.
Beverly, yes, they are twisted on. They're
Yeah,
not
they
soldered
are,
on.
so-
They're twisted on. They're twisted. They're wrapped.
Is this Barbara?
So
Yeah,
all you
I
have to
avoid
do is
barbed
have
wire
Hi,
because
thin
it
enough
gets
wire.
Valerie. I'm trying to get
You know,
on
it's a wrapped
Zoom
wire and then it's
for
wrapped
the
around
meeting.
it. So
My audio isn't.
Valerie, you can be heard now.
I muted
Well,
it.
no, she muted.
Okay, Lisa, have you got that now?
Hold on, let me mute myself.
Yeah, just a second here. There's the, so you want, oh, just a second, sorry.
That's the top.
Talking
Yeah, that's
about
the
that
piece laying down there. Yeah. Just hold up the piece I got lying down.
How about this? I'm gonna pick it up.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Pick that up. So yeah, that's the fence there.
Oh, yeah.
So that's just made from cardboard, poster board, but it's been layered with several layers of glue on both sides of it. And the glue is what gives it dimension. At least if you turn it at an angle, you can probably even see the dimension that it gives.
That looks like the
Having-
old plastic fence.
Yeah, I have a plastic one like that.
Yeah, but this is actually just a piece of cardboard cut on a cricket.
Yeah.
Wow, that's really good.
Yeah.
Great job.
You know, another thing, if you, some of us that like to stash stuff is, remember the old baskets that you used to get strawberries in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can cut those to make fencing if you have any.
Yeah, they still come that way here.
Oh, not here. I haven't seen those baskets in years.
If you go to the farmer's market and get individual baskets, they come in those.
Okay, Gail has a picture. Hey, Gail has has a fence she wants to show, right, Gail? No?
Okay, Kelly.
Yeah, I
suggestion
was
for
just,
aging wood.
yeah, I've got to suggest, I had a class with Rick Pierce, and it was the
Lucky
thatched
you.
country cottage. And what we did to age and make the beams and stuff old, he had an old piece of a sawzall blade. I'm sure we could come up with different blades in a wooden handle, and then you just scrape that and it gives all sorts of gouges and grooves in the wood to makes it look like it's the wood grain, and it makes it look really old.
Wow.
So look
just-
around for old saw blades.
I just
You know, long
recycled
skinny
a
ones.
whole 5-gallon bucket of those.
Aha. Just be
I
careful.
probably have more though.
Yeah. Just don't saw your finger.
Yeah, they're pretty sharp.
That was my recommendation or suggestion.
Yeah, right. Thank you. Okay, anyone else? Gail, did you have something?
I may have confused that with her question.
Yeah. Okay.
A
anyone
lot of
else?
people on here today.
Okay, I've got something here to give you hints to where to find fences and all. Just Google dollhouse miniature gates and fences. Factory Direct was on there quite a bit, and these are just some samples, but there was several different places that, and lots of photos and stuff, of course, on Google for things that you can get different fences and all. And some of them are pretty elaborate and some of them are just a picket type fences and all of that. But there was a lot on there.
Well, Marcia, since I was doing what is O scale, I did, instead of trying to find anything that would just work, I had to go find the particular scale I wanted. And I knew that the railroaders,
Yes.
that's how I came up with the barbed wire and the other fences that I bought that I put away.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably the railroaders would have lots of different fences too.
And
Oh,
also look at what they call war gamers,
All right.
WAR gamers. They
Uh-huh.
have a lot of stuff that's, in fact, I was just looking at making your own barbed wire.
Oh,
And YouTube has videos of it also.
oh my gosh.
Linda Axtell has one to show.
Yes, I do. Well, I got to get a hold of it. This is one I did a long time ago. I don't know if you can see it. Can
Yeah.
you see it?
Yeah.
Yeah. This is from scratch, piece by piece.
Ooh,
That fence, it's 1-inch scale. You're looking at the back of the thing right now. Each little board was cut.
Oh, you cut each board?
Yep,
Wow, you did an amazingly good job.
and
Right.
there's the front.
That's
cute.
great.
That's Frosty the Snowman.
mhm.
If I can get my finger in the right place, he will sing for you.
Oh, wow.
Shh. You hear it?
Yeah.
Heard him in the beginning and then he faded away.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
it
not
doesn't,
very loud, but
it doesn't play very loud.
that's cool.
That is really neat.
And that's my fence.
Very good.
Frosty is putting the lights on the tree or off the tree.
Okay.
My 5-year-old granddaughter said, "Grandma, he's putting them on." I said, "How do you know?" She said, "Because the packages on the wagon aren't open yet."
Ah. Clever.
That makes sense.
Yes.
So that's my fence.
Very good.
You know, I just heard the other day, Frosty the Snowman is probably the song as old as some of us. It was written in 1950.
Yep.
I'm older than that. Most of us are older than 50.
Oh,
Not all.
Yeah, that's 5 years before my mom was born. So
Yeah, I was 5.
That was 13 years before I was born.
that was 5 years before my mother was born. So yes,
She
no,
must
I
have
heard.
been
We heard you.
I, sorry, I didn't
Some of
know.
us were around
born
then.
the same year.
Well,
Marcia and I
were 11 when that was written. My
I
mom
was
was 10
7.
when it was written.
I was 7.
I was 4.
I do have a bunch of other
Any
ready-made fences.
any other
I can
gates and
use.
fences to show?
But I'm still not hearing anybody.
We can hear
Hear
you.
you.
That's neat, Wanda.
These are laser cut ones I
Mhm.
bought.
Oh,
Neat.
I don't know what I'm going to use them on, but I bought them.
so neat.
And
Are they
that was a
1 inch
laser
or
cut gate.
Oh, that, wow.
are they 1/4 inch?
No,
Yeah.
no. Majority of my
Yeah.
stuff is 1 inch. This one could possibly get away with 1/2 inch maybe, but and then there's lots of plastic stuff, like somebody mentioned earlier, the one Lisa showed.
Yeah, that's the oldest one.
Yeah,
I have that
but the one Lisa showed was paper. And then there's ones like this, and ones like this.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And we
So
used to,
I'm trying to think of
those
other ways I
plastic
can
ones,
fiddle
we
with
used
this
to heat
sucker.
them up with a hot, a hair dryer, and then tape them around oatmeal box
Okay.
to get a curve. Or like on a
Excuse me.
balcony or something. Valerie, you're muted, but we can see you now.
And hear you.
Well, she
No,
muted
she just
herself.
muted herself.
Okay.
I was going to tell her we could hear her. Don't know where my
Maybe.
paper is.
Maybe if she shuts off the Zoom and comes back in, she can
You
hear.
guys, I'm on the
She
phone.
did
with
that.
She cannot hear you.
And she's
Yeah.
on mute.
She cannot
And-
hear you. So I've been working with her on the phone now for 5
Okay.
minutes. So
Okay.
Yeah.
we'll try to figure this out. I think it's something on her computer, not on the Zoom. They can hear you.
So you might want to mute yourself while you're talking.
She
I
did.
muted her.
And you, yeah.
Just let Barbara.
But you know what?
solve it.
I was doing something with my screen with my
You
earphone.
still
It
hearing,
turned-
Valerie?
No, she's muted.
Okay, you are muted.
But I was doing something with my earphone and it shut it off. And when I put it back in, it wouldn't come on. I had no volume from anybody on here. Then I went down like I was going to go out and come back in. Well, when I just minimized it and brought it back up, I could hear again, but I couldn't hear for a while either. And it wouldn't, you know how before, how always, if I'm on an iPad, I touch my left-hand screen and it has the leave and switch cameras and all that stuff. And then above on my right is where it's the volume. None of that stuff showed up. It was just you guys' pictures.
And we
No
are,
volume whatsoever.
we are still recording.
Yeah, anyone else got gates or fences or anything about them? Okay, I will stop the recording unless,
See if there's anything in chat. There's something in chat. I don't know.
I think I've got them all. If not, speak up.